Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and today we're taking a look at Mordhau. Well, not actually playing the game, but I'm just, going to be literally looking at the game and the website and just saying how cool it is. Mordhau is a game that I've been really excited about. Actually, I think a lot of people from, all walks of life. I know there's a lot of, medieval YouTubers who generally review, weapons and stuff like that, getting really excited about it, all the way to RPG fans, and of course, fighting game fans, and the MMO crowd. Jumping into Mordhau, from all walks of life, it looks like this game is just kind of appealing to the sex appeal, man, of, freaking medieval warfare, guys. Actually, chivalry medieval warfare is probably a direct inspiration of this game in many ways, and this is probably going to be the proper spiritual successor, which Mirage Arcane Warfare was absolutely not. You probably don't even know what that game is because it totally failed. Now, there have been some other games, and of course there are some, they're just pure, melee type of games out there that kind of are in the same ballpark. Maybe they're a single-player RPG. Maybe they are an online game like Conqueror's Blade, which is a little bit different. Of course, we have games like For Honor and Soul Calibur, but not really. In terms of first-person melee combat, it was chivalry, and then we had some really kind of bad knockoffs, and then now we're getting Mordhau. So I'm excited for this game, ladies. This is going to be a fantastic multiplayer medieval melee game, in my opinion, and it's a genre that is underutilized, I think, especially on PC, which you would think, the king of FPSs, we would have a little bit more of that, but we don't. So, Mordhau, why is it sexy? It's sexy because immediately it's trying to be realistic. It's also trying to focus on skill-based combat. Mordhau is an upcoming multiplayer medieval melee game with a strong emphasis on skill-based combat. Now, that's not to say that games like For Honor aren't skill-based. It's just they utilize a different system that is not as intricate with its execution. It's more simple with how you do very complex maneuvers, where in this game, each minute complex maneuver is literally maneuvered in first person by the player. So that is just kind of what it is distinguishing. So this game's not going to have crazy combos or ridiculous grappling quite like For Honor would or some other games like this. It's not just going to be press a few buttons and do a whole lot. It's more like you're going to be doing a whole lot to do simple but yet very complex maneuvers. If that, just an individual moment, an individual maneuver is something that is very in-depth, but it's still a singular move. Where in other games, that's just a single button, and it focuses more on combos or, things like that, ultimates stuff. Yeah, okay, so, anyways, you're gonna be able to buy this on Steam. Mordhau is still in early development. Hopefully there's gonna be early access, right? I don't know, maybe. It's gonna be releasing here to Steam in 2018, so I guess, I don't know, join the Steam group so you guys can know if that's gonna be hitting the store soon. I will, I know, hopefully I can get into beta? I don't know, and if they do an early access thing, I will be buying into that, but yeah. Kind of cool thing about this game, though, also is that there's going to be a lot of variety. I mean, to what extent the variety? I'm pretty sure it's going to be gratuitous for many players based on how skill-based the gameplay looks. So each individual weapon is going to feel very different, but we're going to have lots of different weapons. But I don't know if it's going to be as ridiculous as the full historical arsenal. Are we getting gladiator weapons? I don't know. That could be crazy. Are we getting Asian-themed weapons? A lot of kung fu or wuxia type weapons? Probably not. But we are going to have I believe, in my opinion, a wealth of weapons. So freedom of choice here. We're going to be able to create our own suits of armor, picks from gloves, arms, shoulder, chest pieces, legs, boots, helmets, and more. Color each piece. Cool. All right, I guess if you like that. And also the metal tint. Yeah, you could be anything from a Viking to a Crusader or even an archer. So we are going to have a little bit of range thrown in there. And different armors, and it seems like they're kind of going with different styles of warriors, but I don't know if we're gonna get the full global Aztecian. I don't know if we're gonna be it looks like we can make a berserker, a Viking berserker, but I don't know if we're just moving away from European or not. Maybe that's later in the timeline. That'd be really cool to know that information. If that's out there somewhere, please let me know in the comments below. But yeah, skill-based melee combat. friends and family. Also, looks like mounted combat is going to be in the future there. I don't know if that's going to be on release but yeah, it's definitely something that they are showing off and promoting. Chain your attacks into combos. Now, like I said, the gameplay isn't going to be focusing on just combos, but you can actually create combos. It's maybe a little bit more balletic, and it's definitely going to feel quite tiptoe-ish like that with how intricate you are going to be maneuvering your mouse. It's a first-person game, so your moves come from actually utilizing the mouse. So watch out for that. You're going to be punishing your opponents with quick counters. It's going to be a big focus. You see an attack, you're going to be actually parrying it. Push them away, you got kicks. Trick them with feints, of course, and grip with your pole arm closer to the head. If you want to do that, half swording is going to be in, and much more. So each of these weapons apparently are going to have kind of like different stances, and you're going to be dancing between them. So I think the term balleticism, I've just made up that word, I think. Anyways, I think is going to apply here, where you are going to be, with much finesse, aiming your attacks, choosing the stance for different attacks, and maneuvering all in between the footsies is going to be ridiculous with this game. It's going to be a big part. It's going to feel probably really freaking good for players who normally like the footsie game in a lot of fighting games and don't generally like being locked up into combos. Now, this game, it does promote combos, and you are going to be kind of swiping and sweeping through with multiple attacks, but still nowhere to the degree that you would see in a game like Skullgirls or Street Fighter, or maybe even For Honor, which generally, I mean, for a fighting game, actually doesn't have like crazy combos, but still. This game is going to have a lot of customization, though. It seems that you're going to be actually creating your own sword out of individual pieces. Now, to what extent this affects gameplay mechanically, I don't know, but hey, aesthetically, it's kind of cool. You are going to pick from different blades, crossguards, grips, and, you know, different mace heads. Yeah, I guess you could do that. So they definitely showcase a couple of different halberds, but yeah, I don't know to what extent that's actually going to affect gameplay, but it looks cool. All right, so one big aspect of Chivalry was that it was actually a sieging game. There were different anti-siege, you know, weapons or items that you could use, like a pot of tar that you could throw down and light it on fire. You were actually in castles, keeps. I guess the arenas were really interesting and varied, and so you had this really cool attack defense style gameplay very often. I really enjoyed that, and you would definitely have like catapults, things like that you could also utilize. So yeah, we're actually gonna have in Mordhau 64 players proper, with castles that will be stormed and fields apparently just covered in blood. 64 players, melee is kind of quite the melee, I do believe. So that's Battlefield with swords. And you know what? I think take Chivalry, take Battlefield, and make them just have this crazy baby. And maybe you're gonna get Mordhau, because actually it looks graphically very interesting. So that's what we're gonna have kind of a little bit. It looks like there's gonna be a little bit of mountedness, a little bit of sieginess, but definitely a big focus on that balletic, very skill-based, very specific and maneuvering style, like 1v1 and 2v2 style gameplay. The gameplay seems very focused on duels, right? Proper duels. So end them rightly, friends and family. Tell me what you guys think of Mordhau as well. And if you guys want to see the development roadmap, the website and things, I'm gonna have the links in the description here. But basically, I will just kind of run through it real quick here. This is what we can expect whenever the beta comes, and then moving forward, hopefully, like, I don't know, early access, things like that. You're gonna see gameplay on YouTube, and hopefully I can get into it too. But then very soon, quickly, hopefully, we're gonna have ranged equipment into the game. That's gonna be ranged armors types, as well as crossbows, it looks like. There's gonna be new animations. Voice acting is gonna be thrown into the game. And as well, there's gonna have, you know, the full 64 players. I believe in the beta, or at the moment, maybe they don't have that. There are going to be vehicles, like I said, horseback. There is going to possibly be some other things. Ballistas are, and there's going to be ladders. Okay, so that's pretty cool, actually, that we see. Who knows what else is in the future? Proper matchmaking as well, with 1v1 and 3v3 competitive matches, which is probably going to be like their esport-ish. I mean, some people don't like esports, but like, man, dude, esports is hype. And a melee fighting game esport, especially if it's tag team, would be sick. In fact, if they do implement, as soon as they implement matchmaking, I'm probably gonna stream this game nonstop. So I'm just saying that. I love me some big team battle, but dude, some esport. Actually, yeah, we can make a guild, we can make a team if you guys want to. Team Skylent. Sure. No, I wouldn't do that. But anyways, that's going to be it. And actually at the very bottom of their website, now that I'm looking at it, I can actually see kind of a range of weapons if I could just kind of name a few. So obviously we have like axes. So that's going to be, axes, swords, basic stuff. But we have a variety of different halberds. Also, I see a literal scythe, and then a harvesting scythe. So it looks like some tools, a freaking pickaxe, a couple of different kind of bows, a couple of different kind of crossbows, and it looks like quite the wealth of swords, actually, and spears. Oh my god, dude, so many melee games don't have spears. So interesting stuff. It looks like there's gonna be a large variety. Also, a freaking trident. Yeah, now that I squint my eyes, I'm seeing a trident. And wait, is that a musical instrument? Anyways, regardless, guys, it looks like there is going to be a lot to do in this game that involves you, another guy, and one of you guys dying with some sharp-ended or maybe a blunt weapon going in someone's face or somewhere else. I don't know. It's going to be really cool. I want to see how the variety of weapons and their different stances and how they all turn out, or if it's like only long swords really have the extra stance, or certain weapons only get the extra stance. I wonder if there's some pros and cons thrown in there. I wonder how they're going to gamify some of these, or if they're just going to go for full realism and just have some weapons be like worse off, but they're side weapons. Like, can we carry like a big sword, but then we have a smaller sword as well? I don't know. It could be interesting to see what they have in store for us for the full gameplay loop. But I'm definitely on for the ride. So that's Mordhau. That's why I'm excited, basically, is just the facts of what it is. And because we don't normally have that. We haven't had that since Chivalry proper. There's been a couple other games. And of course, there's some other melee games coming out, like Bannerlord, which I'm pretty excited about. And I mean, a couple others that are more magic-based or something like that. But in the end, this one, with its roots kind of sat in realism, with a realistic, balletic, kind of competitive 1v1 feeling, but then actually scaling that up to 64 players in sieges. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys are interested in games like this and that whole sieging style gameplay and medieval combat, I'm actually doing an upcoming list for, melee combat games, brawlers, as well as a sieging list. So look forward to those upcoming lists, look forward to those reviews, and look forward to more videos like this. Subscribe and like and stuff, and I don't know, I'll try to keep you up to date with all these new games and play them as they come out. And follow me here on YouTube overall, because I'm going to be actually streaming more on YouTube and trying Twitch. I'm going to kind of go back and forth once again because YouTube's kind of promoting YouTube gaming again. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about this game and the direction of the channel as a whole moving forward. Thanks for letting me do a lazy video today. Hope you guys had fun, and hopefully moving forward we can keep the hype alive. My name is Skylent, and I'll see you again next time.